All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to start it right out. Like usually when I get to talk to guitar players that are influenced by this man, because he was such a big influence on me, and it was my all-time favorite guitar player. And that's the one and only Randy Rhoads. With Randy's mom passing away last week, and you had the chance to meet her, I was just wondering, like, what was on Dolores and Randy and all.
Yeah, absolutely. Randy was a huge influence on, millions of guitar players. And, it was such a great thing. What Randy's mom would do, she was so into music education and teaching, and, it was such an amazing thing. And I remember it was right in North Hollywood and all that stuff. And Randy was the same way. He was so into education. And I think education is probably the most important thing you can have when you're playing guitar, just to expand your mind and keep learning, because this is a instrument that you will never, ever conquer, or you'll never reach the pinnacle of. And it's all education, and that's what Randy was all about. And, he was such a huge influence on me and millions of other guitar players.
Absolutely. Now, with the whole thing, like you're saying, with education, a big thing now in music, or education music, I should say, is the whole thing with the whole, like, School of Rock concept that's all around the country. And what do you think about that? I mean, I think it's a great thing, because I'm seeing more and more kids that are just amazing, and I think that's what possibly music needs to bring back, like, that whole guitar god thing, because these kids are so educated in music now.
Well, here's the thing. I think kids have always been amazing. We just didn't have the tools and outlets to see these amazing kids. We would have to hear about them through magazines, and maybe if they got signed and get record deals. But now we have YouTube, where we can see these young kids just killing it. But I think they've always been amazing, musicians out there, but we just didn't have the resources to see them like we do now with YouTube.
Right. Gotcha. Now, it's funny, because I never knew this about you, and I'm going through when I was doing my research and all, and I was just wondering, like, how does a young JOHN5 pick up a guitar influenced from hee-haw to become the person you've become today?
Well, even when I was, like, really, really little, super little, like, I always appreciate something done really well. If it's riding a bike, BMX bike, or a basketball player, or a sports figure, or anything like that, I always appreciate something done really well. So it wasn't just rock for me. It was like someone that was amazing at their instrument, such as Roy Clark, Chet Atkins, Joe Maphis, these incredible guitar players. And, but I love rock. But I just loved anyone that could do something really, really well. And that's what it was all about for me.
Wow. It's funny, because I remember being a kid, too, watching Hee Haw on Saturday evenings. And the funniest part for me every week was, like, I couldn't get into the country music because I was so into Kiss at the time. So I tuned out to the whole country music thing. The only thing I enjoyed each week was watching that donkey at the end, the cartoon donkey, open his mouth. That was what I was.
Oh, absolutely. And then the girls as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, yeah.
Funny. Now, also too, one of the big things that really got your name out there was playing with David Lee Roth. And you were such a huge fan of Dave and Van Halen and all. So how's that go to be like almost like a dream come true to be able to play with let's say, he is the ultimate frontman in rock.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he was, it was Van Halen and Kiss for me. And, it was great because Dave Dave was everything for me, and Van Halen was everything for me. So yeah, it was a dream come true. It's hard to explain. It's like trying to describe the color blue or something like that. It was just very surreal. It was really an incredible thing to be sitting, with Dave and writing songs and things like that. And and Michael Anthony now is my really good friend, and it's really great. It's an incredible life, that's for sure.
How about, how many times were you on stage and you look over and you see Dave doing his thing and just think, how the hell did I get here?
Well, actually never, because I never played a live show with Dave. I joined Marilyn Manson right before I was supposed to go on tour with Dave. So me and
really?
Dave have never been on stage together. Yeah, we just have made lots of recordings and recorded a lot of songs and things like that.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that also just came out too recently. That suppose you guys recently worked on a new album together.
Yeah, we always would get together and write music together and go into the studio at night and record. So there's a collection of songs that are mixed and mastered and sound incredible. So, maybe one day he'll release it. Maybe he won't, who knows, but it's a great record.
Now, I could have swore I heard, too, a few years back, an interview with you, and you were saying that you guys had did an album years ago together that was never released as well.
No, it could be the same record, because this has been kicking around for a little while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, something else too, and I it's kind of like the way the music business is today, where everybody's got all these different projects. But you're one who's, you just kept jumping and jumping and jumping. You've had many different projects, side projects, main projects. How do you keep it going? You don't take a break. It seems like you're just 24/7. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, well, I have a team of people that work with me that really watch my schedule and watch everything that's going on, and pretty much down by the hour of what I'm going to do and what time I have to leave and what is going on. So, it's great because I have this team of people that are just amazing.
Wow. Now, do you schedule out your day? All right, I'm going to be doing for now interviews at a certain time, or now's a little bit of free time where I get to work on some music, or now I'm going to be going and doing my shows, or now I'm going to be doing meet and greets, or whatever it is.
Yes, that's exactly it. I have people just doing that and watching everything for me, and it's all set up hour by hour. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. So, all right, so oh, you know what, too? I also saw you're going to be taking part in the upcoming benefit for Tony McAlpine.
Absolutely. A very, very great cause, and it's going to be, hopefully we're going to raise a lot of money for Tony. It's going to be Steve Vai, Zach Wilde, myself, Mike Portnoy, Billy Sheehan, a bunch of great players. I think Paul Gilbert's going to show up, Joe Satriani, a bunch of people. So
wow.
I'm not sure if they're going to show up or if they're on tour, Paul and Joe, but I know they're going to donate some stuff. So it's going to be a wonderful night.
Cool. Now, also, too, you just released a greatest hits album, which I think I saw you say it's great because there's not an actual hit on it.
That's true. Yeah, it was kind of put together. I put it together, and the fans kind of wanted to say, "Oh, let's hear this and that and the other thing," because it's all about the fans, and they're like, "This is, my favorite," or songs were singles or they were videos. So, that's what it's all about. It's all about the fans. And then there's a DVD that comes with the physical CD, an extra disc, of a DVD, and it's just really, really great stuff on that DVD. It's something else, man.
Cool. Yeah, how about that? We're here. You're releasing this new CD, and you're packaging it with a DVD. How's your feeling with the whole world now of digital music?
Well, I think, here's the fact. It's never going to go back to what it was. It just never, ever will. So it's just how it is, It's just how it is right now. And, hey, listen, if somebody has 60,000 records, okay, that would fill a huge warehouse. It's like a massive Tower Records or something. But, you could fit all those records in the palm of your hand now. So there are some amazing benefits to it as well.
I never heard of it or even thought of it from that angle.
Yeah. Just think about it, though. It's like it's an incredible. It's like if it didn't exist, and I said, listen, you see this record store here, and it would be endless amounts of records or CDs or whatever. Just imagine holding this record store in the palm of your hand, and it would be so wild you couldn't even imagine it.
Right, and now it's possible.
Now it's possible.
Wow. So, how about vinyl? I mean, vinyl's making a slight comeback, which it blows my mind. I can't believe it is. But how about the whole vinyl thing? Was you making any copies of the greatest hits on vinyl?
I don't think vinyl. I mean, vinyl, I don't think is coming back. You see it here and there, like in a Urban Outfitters, or you'll see it in some places. Some hipster places, but.
Yep.
No one is going to, go out and buy a turntable, buy a needle, and, do all that stuff. There's no way that people are going to put a record player in their car. It's not going to happen. It's such a small percentage of what it is. It's, what it is? It's fun for people to reminisce and things like that, for real sound junkies, but, I don't think it's ever going to, I don't think it's even going to, make a little mark.
And even, like, with the prices of it, I mean, it's so expensive now.
Yeah, well, it's a thing of the past. That's why, And anything vintage is going to be a little bit more expensive than the norm. And, right now, I'm on tour in El Paso. I could download any song I want from wherever I am. It's pretty cool,
Right. Yeah, so speaking of the tour, you're out now, JOHN5 and the Creatures, with the Mad Monster Tour, and you're touring alongside Doyle of the Misfits.
Yeah, we just finished our last show with Doyle, and now I'm doing my own shows, but it's incredible. It's been so amazing. These crowds have been crazy and really into it, so we've been having a blast, that's for sure.
Nice. Now, and you've been mostly out on the West Coast with all this. Any chance of doing this out on the East Coast?
Yeah, there's some talk about it, but it's tough because, I asked Rob, what's a good time, when do we have some time off? And, I'll have time off in November, so, I don't want to go for the cold and the snow, so maybe when I have some time off from Rob, we'll be able to get over there.
I guess that's the whole difference too now, where the planning around the weather and stuff like that, and you're able to actually do that, where you don't have that record company breathing down your neck saying you got to do this, you got to go there now.
Mhm. A record company, not having the record company is probably the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. It's I mean, the freedom and everything. Record companies really don't do much, so which now they're in the business. It's crazy how what the record company does not do. So I'm really happy not being with a record company.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So all right, the tour it actually wraps up this weekend, doesn't it?
Yeah, it wraps up right before Thanksgiving. Then I'll be home for Thanksgiving.
Nice. So what's like on your calendar for the rest of the year? Do you is there like an actual break in there beside the one day of Thanksgiving for you?
Yeah, there's a break. It's December and January and February, so it's good. I'll be able to relax.
Nice. Oh,
yeah,
And then how about next year? What do you guys? Yeah, I guess you're going out with Rob on tour, new album possibly.
Yeah, new zombie record, new zombie movie called 31, which I did the score for, and some new instrumental music. So it's going to be a very busy 2016.
Cool. Now, what was that like doing the score for a movie?
It was great. It's a lot. It's a big challenge, but it's a lot of fun. It's music that's not supposed to be heard because you have to, be aware of dialogue, and you have to be aware of the movie scene. So it's really difficult to make sure you don't get in the way of things like that. And so it's a challenge. Sometimes there's not a key signature or a time signature, so you have to be, it's pretty tough.
Now, do you sit down and watch the movie or go through the script and see what's going on, or?
I'll usually get cue sheets of how long we need the piece of music and what kind of mood that the scene is looking for. It's kind of like little cheat sheets.
Right. Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
Is that the first time you've ever done something like that, or?
No, I did his last movie too, Lords of Salem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wild. That is wild stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else you need to throw out there that we can?
No, I think that's it. They were great questions. Thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you, man. Where can everybody find you? Where can everybody get the new album?
JOHN5 official. It's JOHN-5.com, and then my Instagram is JOHN5 official or something like that, I think. But I'm very active on those sites. So JOHN5 official on Instagram, and JOHN-5.com is my website, and my Facebook is JOHN5 official, which I'm very active on.
Nice. And how about what song should we play for everybody off the greatest hits?
Let's see. How about Welcome to Violence?
Nice. Very nice. We can do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
John, thanks so much. If I can just get you to cut a quick ID for me before I let you go, that'd be awesome.
You bet.
This is JOHN5, and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio.
Totally what?
Totally Driven Radio.
Yes, okay. Hey, this is JOHN5, and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio.
Awesome. John, thanks so much, and can't wait for you guys to hit Philly.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.